A youth choir sings at a rally led by Homelander. Homelander is distracted and annoyed by the Starlight crowd presence, but he tries to maintain his cool. He introduces the Seven, including the Deep, A-Train, and Black Noir, in addition to 2 new members to the Seven, Firecracker and Sister Sage. Despite her dissatisfaction with her costume, Sister Sage plays along on stage. At the rally, Homelander brings Ryan on stage. However, Ryan isn't accustomed to this public attention. Homelander leans in to threaten Ryan to smile for the crowd, which he does obligingly. Butcher meets with CIA member Joe Kessler, who gives him a sedative for Ryan. Butcher plans to take Ryan to a safe house, steer him away from Homelander's influence. During the Seven's first press conference with the new members, Homelander doesn't like Firecracker's conspiracy theory speeches, but Sage assures him that she is their best hope at taking down Starlight. Tensions rise as Sage criticizes Homelander for putting her in the spotlight despite their initial agreement that she would remain in the background. Meanwhile, Huey and Annie consult a lawyer to regain power of attorney over Huey's father from his mother, Daphne. However, they are told that legally, there isn't much Huey can do. Frenchie visits the Starlight organization headquarters, where he runs into Colin. However, they get interrupted by a conspiracy theorist and Firecracker fan who points a gun at a Starlight employee, intent on freeing the trafficked kids from the non-existent basement. Frenchie intervenes and gets hurt, but Colin tends to his injuries. President-elect Robert Singer holds a meeting, where he intentionally did not invite VP-elect Victoria Newman. Newman crashes the meeting and agrees to Singer's policy of banning soups from government and military service, calling them entertainers. She fakes a smile to hide her true feelings. At the boys' office, Kimiko proposes tracking down and killing a local cell of the Shining Light trafficking group. Frenchie opposes this, but eventually he gives in and agrees to support her and go with. Annie tries to train Huey in fighting, but he struggles. Tells the boys his plan to flip A-Train, but Huey and Annie think it's a bad idea. At Homelander's apartment, Ryan plays a video game. He receives an online challenge from a stranger, whom later reveals himself to be Butcher. Butcher asks him to stop by his house so they can talk, but Ryan warns Butcher he was told to stay away. Homelander watches rally footage of Starlight, while Firecracker tries to speak to him. He is so tuned in to the television that he doesn't hear anything Firecracker says. Eventually, he asks her to repeat herself, and Firecracker tells Homelander if he ever needs anything, she is there for him. Black Noir too expresses some personal concerns to Ashley, seeking more direction in his role. Everyone tells Black Noir to be quiet. Homelander dismisses Ashley from the Seven meeting, explaining that Sister Sage has taken over her duties as Vought CEO. Ashley asks if she is being fired but gets assured that she will still be a figurehead for Vought. Ashley considers quitting. Sage announces that a leak allowed Starlight to clear her followers' names. The Deep is demoted, since he is in charge of the crime lab, while A-Train receives a text from his brother, Nathan, about wanting to meet. The Deep returns home to a confrontation with Ambrosius about their relationship. She wants them to run away so they can really be together, but the Deep disagrees. Butcher prepares spiked cookies, using Becca's old recipe, when Ryan arrives, but Ryan isn't interested in eating a cookie. They play a game of foosball, during which Butcher opens up about losing his brother Lenny. Ryan confesses to killing Coy and feeling horrible about it. Butcher tries to comfort Ryan. He throws away the spiked cookies, making up that he put too much sugar in them. Sister Sage, Homelander, and Ashley interrogate Vought employee Anika about her connection to Starlight. Sage's calm questioning leads to Anika's confession that she has spoken to Starlight recently, but Homelander immediately kills her with his laser vision. Sage is annoyed, while Ashley is traumatized. Annie breaks into Firecracker's apartment to ask her why she has it out for her. She finds out that Firecracker, formerly known as Sparkler, holds a grudge against Annie for bullying her during a pageant. Annie tries to apologize, but Firecracker remains hostile. A practice session for an ice skating show based on the Seven goes on in an arena, where Victoria Newman is meant to show up. Huey and disguised as janitors, watch from afar. Newman unexpectedly arrives early, so Huey rushes to plant a bug in the vents above. He hears Homelander, Sister Sage, and Newman discussing their plans. Homelander tells Newman she should reveal herself as a soup and should oppose Singer's new bill that bans soups from government. Huey accidentally sweats on Homelander, leading Homelander to laser the vent above and go on a wild chase to catch and kill Huey. He kills several bystanders in the process, but Huey gets away, thanks to A-Train. Huey visits his mom in the hospital and asks why she left him when he was so young. She explains her struggle with postpartum depression, which led to her needing to leave because it felt like life or death. Huey seems to start to understand his mom more and seems closer to forgiving her. Joe confronts Butcher about not using the sedative on Ryan, but Butcher explains that he wants to take his time convincing Ryan. Joe insists they either train him or kill him to prevent him from becoming Homelander, implying that Butcher needs to get to him quicker. The Deep finds Sister Sage on the couch, eating an Outback blooming onion and watching reality shows. She seduces him, telling him he's hot, and they start to make out. Back at home, Homelander, waiting for Ryan, asks him where he went. Ryan lied, but Homelander called him out, claiming he could smell Butcher on him. They argue, and Homelander's rage grows, culminating in him smashing a mirror. The fractured reflections talk back to him, indicating his mental breakdown. He receives a clear order from himself to return to the lab that created him.